Hello and welcome. My name is Hannah Manjette, and I am very pleased to be partnering again with Expert Orthopedics to be bringing you a therapeutic yoga video for your wrists, your hands, your fingers, as well as your forearms and your elbows. So I'll be giving you some exercises you can do, of course, with me in this video, but then also on your own at home. And it should, over time, help to alleviate any discomfort or pain that you're having in your elbow, wrist, and hands. And these exercises are particularly useful for carpal tunnel. So, let's start by first just sitting in our chair. And some of these can be done sitting in your chair or standing up. It's not like some of the other videos where it's specific chair yoga exercises. So one of the first things I love to do, this is a great exercise for people who spend a lot of time at a desk, a lot of time typing. I like to do this exercise myself numerous times throughout the day. Give my wrists and my forearm muscles a nice stretch. And how we do it is stretch our arms out in front of us. Just gently stretch our hands upward like so. We'll stretch the muscles of the forearm, which can get very tight. And do the other hand. And of course, we want to be mindful just to be very gentle. It's easy here to really kind of tug on that hand and on that wrist, and we just want to gently pull it back so we get a nice stretch. And then, again, pulling those fingers towards us. Getting a nice stretch here. Even myself doing a lot of yoga, I sit at a desk during the day and type quite a bit. So my wrists get very stiff and those muscles of my forearm get tight. So that stretch feels very nice to me. So that is one great stretch that I love to do. Another one is, and you can do it sitting in your chair, it's just a little bit easier for me to demonstrate standing up. And this has to do with supination and pronation of the arm, mostly in the shoulder joint, but then also at the elbow as well. So we can stretch by first rotating outward, holding it for maybe 20 seconds, and then rotating inward, holding for another 20 seconds. And of course, the more you do these, the more range of motion you'll have in your joints, and the easier it will become. Let's do this 4 more times each way. Breathing, always remembering to breathe in yoga. And then we'll do the other arm. So, rotate it out as far as we can, as far as is comfortable. Hold it for about 20 seconds. And then rotate it inward. You may notice a difference on each side. So we're doing this 6 times each way. And so you could do this 6 to 10 times really. And obviously the more the better. Without too much strain. You know, you don't want to be in pain when you're doing this. But and if you do find any discomfort in any of your joints afterwards, you know, like I said, you don't want to have pain in your joints, but if you just notice maybe a little bit of tenderness or, you know, the sensation that you've worked them a little bit, icing them is always good. So maybe you might want to ice your elbow or your wrist, your hands, even maybe your shoulder. You know, always listening to the body in yoga and what it's telling us. One more time each way. Okay. So now let's raise our arms up. Palms are facing the ceiling. Let's curl. We're going to curl our wrists, bend them so our palms face forward as we make fists. And bend our elbows as well. And then release. And repeat. And release. And you know, as we do this, we're going to focus on that dynamic tension. So muscles hugging the bone, skin hugging the muscles. So we don't have any weights, but our arms can still be active. Do this 5 more times. And last one. Very nice. I'm just going to move my chair. Now, an exercise to help with your hand range of motion and to help alleviate discomfort you're having in your hands, a nice exercise to do is one that we do in yoga a lot, but we don't necessarily count it as a yoga exercise, is rolling up our mat. So this is something you could do, is practice rolling up that mat. And then, you know, we want to unroll it. And then repeat. So that's something that you can do, which will help the range of motion in your fingers and in your wrists to some extent. And it will help to lubricate those joints to alleviate any discomfort you might be feeling. And I would do that, I would say 5 to 8 times. And it really helps with that range of motion. So that's just an exercise that we'll call that homework. That's your homework for this video. So the next thing we're going to do together is wall push-ups. And now wall push-ups are great for building strength in your wrists, as well as range of motion in your wrists, as well as your elbows. But they're gentler than doing them on the floor. They're much gentler than even doing modified push-ups on the floor. So I really like to do the push-ups at the wall. So let's come to a wall. And we want our hands to be about shoulder height and about shoulder width. And we want our fingers to be nicely spread out. And we want our feet to be about hip width apart. We're engaging our core, rolling those shoulders back and down. We're going to inhale, draw our elbows in towards our chest as we lower, well, we're not lowering, as we bring our torso towards the wall and then push ourselves back. You could think about it as lowering towards the wall, like we would be lowering towards the mat or towards the floor. Keeping those elbows close into your chest, into your rib cage. The tendency, of course, is for them to go out like that. We want to keep them in. Keep them nice and close. Do 5 more. Remembering to breathe. And last one. Very nice. So maybe just circle out those wrists a few times. They might be a little sore after that. Very nice. And now, the next thing I'd like to do is a nice range of motion exercise for our elbows, for our shoulders, and then it's a nice stretch for our upper arms as well. So it looks like this. That's what it looks like from the back. This is what it looks like from the front. So the goal is we're trying to touch our fingertips. That's the goal. Now, you might not be able to touch your fingertips, and that's okay. We don't want to strain or, push ourselves so we injure any of our joints. That is definitely the opposite of what we're trying to do here. So, if you're just like, maybe you're here, that's okay. You should be feeling a nice stretch here, and then you should be feeling a nice, you should be at the edge, just at the edge of your comfort level with your range of motion. We don't want to shove you over the edge. That's not the goal here. But we just want you to be just at the edge of your comfort level. So let's find where that edge is, and let's find that nice stretch in your tricep. So you could be here, maybe you're here. That's okay. Wherever you're at today is okay. And then we're going to hold it for a few breaths. Breathing and smiling. I know you guys are having fun. And then release that side. Let's roll out our shoulders a few times. Back, then to the front. And now we'll do the other side, and this side could very well be different than the side we just did. So like for me, this is what this side looks like for me. So now the other side I could touch with my fingers. This side I can't. But I'm still getting a nice stretch. And I am at my comfortable edge with my range of motion. And we're breathing, and we're smiling. And if this is painful for your elbows, for any one of them, just let them hang. Let them hang out. It's cool. Yoga is not about being in pain. And then let's release it. Now let's grab our chair. We're just going to do a nice little stretch. So let's bring our feet about mat width apart. Let's bend our knees just a little bit. Hinge at the hips. And then come on forward into our nice little forward fold. Placing your hands wherever is comfortable. You can place your forearms on the chair. You can place your hands down on the legs of the chair. Whatever is comfy for you. This is your yoga class. I'm just here to facilitate. And we're breathing. Just kind of let everything go. Really relax. Let's inhale, and then with our exhale, let's audibly sigh and just let it go. Very good. Let's do that one more time. Excellent. Maybe you want to sway from side to side. You know, whatever is feeling good for your body right now. Alright, then let's bend our knees, place our hands on our thighs, engage that core, stand on up. Very nice, good job. Well, I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you'll do your homework, your mat rolling homework that I gave you. As always, it was a pleasure to partner with Expert Orthopedics and to bring my passion of yoga to you. And until I see you next time back on the mat, I hope you have an amazing day.